they're totally fake Christians because they don't even teach.
So who was Israel?
Sorry?
Who was Israel?
Israel.
A man in the Bible. A man.
A man in the Bible whose first name is Jacob.
Yes.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He had 12 sons.
Yes.
But I want to know for you guys, who do you think he is? Like, what's different about your interpretation of who he is?
No, it's not different. It's in the Bible. The same person that's spoken of in the book of Genesis, that's who he is, and that's who we descend
The
from.
grandson of Abraham, right?
Yes.
He's the progenitor of these people you
That's
see
it.
on the side.
Guys, you know what caught my eye? Because I just saw this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder what you guys are talking about, but it sounds like the same stuff.
Well, this.
You heard it, yeah?
You haven't said it then. What's your job? What are you doing here?
Yeah, what we do? We just told you. You heard about the 12 tribes before.
I know 12 tribes.
So you know that the Haitians, Dominicans, and West Indians, you knew that already.
I don't know they were 12. I don't
So
know
is that
what you
the same
mean.
then?
I don't know what you mean when you say the 12 tribes. That's when you say
The
Haitians.
12 sons of Jacob.
That are spoken of in the book of Genesis.
You didn't know that before.
Each son was made into a tribe.
Alright,
It's not,
I'm
it's
saying-
not the same then, is it?
No, I was saying, are you Christians or are you something different? But it's same, but you think the 12 tribes are other people.
No, listen. The 12 tribes are the people, right? Because
Yeah, but you interpret them differently to like who like other Christians.
No, we don't.
No.
They have the false interpretation.
Exactly.
Because if you read
So it's different. I ain't trying to.
No,
I ain't trying to.
listen.
I ain't trying to say.
Listen,
You know.
listen,
I'm with you.
I'm telling you the truth here, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So just listen. Okay, just step to the side. I ain't
No,
talking-
you can just shoot it.
Calm down. It's cool. Calm down. Yeah? So, just ignore him, man. Just
ignore
him out. She's irrelevant.
Just a demon.
So anyway,
Irish.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68, right? Speaks about certain verses.
By the way, just
You get out. Why are you doing that?
no, don't get Deuteronomy out because I need to go. I'm with him. I need to
I'll
go.
summarize it, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
It speaks about the true 12 tribes of Israel
Yeah.
going into slavery in ships. Yeah?
Ah, okay.
That happened to
Okay.
these people.
Yeah, I clicked now. I get what it is now. I get what you mean.
Right.
Hey, bro, you're part of this, man. No?
Why am I
You're
part?
an Israelite, man.
You're an Israelite.
I'm an Israelite. I'm actually not an Israelite.
Yeah, you are.
You don't
I'll
know.
tell you why.
Do you know who Israel's father was?
Yeah.
Who was his father?
Isaac.
Okay, I'm from the other the uncle.
No,
Yeah,
you ain't.
yeah, I am.
Hey, bro, listen.
So that's before Israel. You can't tell me
How'd
I'm
you
from
know?
12 tribes.
How'd you know that?
Because I have a family tree that goes back.
Ah, really? That far?
Yeah,
That far?
you can record
That
that.
far? You sure? Are you
Our
sure?
people do that.
How long
Our people
how
do
long
that.
ago that
Our
was?
people do that. Yeah, because I know how long ago it was.
So you sure you got a family tree
Yeah,
that
our
goes back
people
that
do
far?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll prove why, man. That's what scripture says. When the 12 tribes of Israel see the sign, the first thing that they gonna do is inquire about it.
Bro,
Just call your eye,
but listen,
inquire
because you
about
think
it.
that's funny.
cool, he's in darkness.
But go chat to any Arab, ask him who you from. Just that. That's what.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
it doesn't matter because some people can think of things.
Maybe it's
It might not be the truth.
maybe it's not real, but I'm telling you that's the general like belief of people is that some people come from that, some people come from that. It's not a big
I'm gonna
thing.
read you one thing before you go, right?
to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna read you one thing before you go. Is that okay? I'm just gonna get this one precept. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods. You're serving another god. So this is what I'm saying. You're part of us, but what you're doing is you're going off.
We're all part of the same.
No. That's not what the scripture
I love
says.
it, bro. Listen,
Right?
power to you.
Hey man, well, you know,
But just know,
hey, bloods up our
if
heads.
you ain't a part of this, you're gonna be destroyed.
That's
But I'm a part. We're all part of it.
Yeah, so now I'm part of that.
I'm a part. Yeah, you're an Israelite, man. You're an Israelite, man.
Power to you. Power to you.
Bless. Take care, guys.
All right, man. Yeah, man. All right, cool. Hey, Merry Christmas. See? He just condemned himself again,
He
man.
said he's a Muslim, but he's
Yeah, exactly.
Muslim and Merry Christmas. What? Yo.
See, that's why sometimes it's good to just hit the point, because you know why?
Yeah.
Because Jake loves talking shit. So when you bring it out, look, hey man, if you ain't a part of this, you come be straight. Oh no, let's see. No,
You're all the same people.
Nah, he's one of the Western Muslims, man. They know.
Yeah.
You know.
He's shady.
They really.
He had that, but that's that zeal. Scripture says, Romans 10 and 2, my people have a zeal for knowledge, but not according, a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Man, he's talking about history, man. That's thousands of years old, man. He's talking about he got records of family line. When did you ever ask for that? When did you ask to see that?
Come on, bro.
Come on, man, they don't even exist. You don't know where. The truth is, man, nobody knows where they're really from by documents, because there's no documents that go back far enough to actually prove that. It's always spoken. Oh yeah, you're from this family line. You know, you're of the great chief of da 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 and all this kind of stuff. There's no written records of that anymore, man. Most of that shit been burnt. Man, imagine how many conquests have been going on in the world, man.
Exactly.
You know, shit was burnt and destroyed, man. That's why Israel don't know who the fuck they are, because their documents have been destroyed. And that's why it's going to take Yahweh Shai to bring them back together through the Spirit.
That's how you know it, Jake.
Okay, because there's no records to prove you're an Israelite. There's no records to prove nobody's an Israelite, man.
Yeah, that's why it says in Romans 11.
But I say, but it's all through the Spirit. That's how people are going to be collected together, man. If your spirit is of our people, then that is what identifies you, man. The Spirit bears witness of ourselves. That's right.
Yeah, Romans 8 and 16, the Spirit itself bears witness of our spirit. What is the Spirit? The Spirit is these scriptures, man. The Spirit is the Bible.
Yeah.
And the prophecies written in this Bible apply to the people that it applies to, man.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how we know we're Israelites. And also it says, my sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me.
Yeah, and that's the elect. So even if 2/3 of people don't hear, it doesn't mean they're not Israelites. That just means they're going off. And they can't repent.
It's stiff-necked.
We don't need the records. If we needed the records, the Lord would have supplied us with the records. But we
Yeah,
don't
would have
need
dropped out of heaven, man. Raining down records, man.
You know, there was a time where, you know, what you brought out a few months ago, there was a time when we required records or we couldn't go back into the land. But we're not in that time.
Yeah, it's in
And Ezra's, and Ezra's, right? There was certain priests that actually got cast away from serving office as a priest because they couldn't prove their records. You know?
right.
So it's like,
And even they told him, man, we have to wait for a higher priest to rise up in doctrine and truth.
yeah,
Okay.
the Urim and Purim in doctrine and truth.
And that was our Lord Yahweh Shai.
That's our Lord Yahweh Shai, because He's justified them.
That's right.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 4. And this is what he was doing, man, because he was coming in a carnal sense. You know? Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies. You know, he was going, oh yeah, I got the records, brother. You know, goes all the way back to bro, you got records going all the way back up to Ishmael, bro. Look, we go through faith. We go through faith in prophecy. Like the brother brought straight cut. We got the praise. We went into slavery. Then it was like, oh, that's why it clicked, because he's an Israelite, man. You know? That happened to us, man. And the Lord says that was going to be upon our people for a sign, right? And for a wonder, all right?
I mean, it has to be said, man. Not every Israelite went into the slave ships. Okay, you're gonna have those that survived in different lands and all that kind of stuff. They might have been way out there, man. Esau never come down there to take them anywhere. But they might have been in Russia, you know, because you had the Tsars there and all that kind of stuff there. Okay, but they all fit these prophecies in terms of the curses, man.
Exactly.
Okay, and their spirit is what we have to go by, because you can't physically prove if they're Israelites or not.
Well,
Because they might look a different way, they might act a different, you know, act in a certain manner because how they grew up in that land or whatever. But through the spirit, you can find out.
Hey, well, if verse 68 didn't hit you, like you're saying, hey, maybe verse 65 did.
Yeah.
You can't escape.
But then again as well, it's like, yeah, of course, you have certain, like, Jakes who don't go on slave ships. But remember, every curse is a sign, right? Every curse is a sign, like,
That's it.
scattered amongst other nations where you shall serve other gods, discontinuing from your heritage, doing certain things, there's signs for your seed. So, just because I'm from, like, I don't know, tribe of Judah, and I've been in slave ships, but he's Gad, and he was there already in slavery. Well, guess what? He was persecuted too.
Yeah, that's right.
And he could discontinue from his heritage too.
I mean, that Deuteronomy 28:68, that's there, man, because that's a major event in history that was going to happen.
Right.
So it's major part of prophecy, man. And it's a major sign.
God and them man experienced slavery too. The ships got sent to Europe. Even Irish, you've got Benjamites among them, got sent in ships too.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
I got one. Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. That's it.
Hey, that's based on faith as well, man.
That's right.
You know, you have to have faith that, you know, look, man, at the end of the day, we believe in the prophecies. You know, we believe in the testimony that's basically written in this book. which is basically the testimony of Yahweh Shai. He's the body, the spirit of prophecy. That's that's the book that we're dealing with, man. But you got, 2/3 of our people, they're them bubble-headed running around thinking that, Allah's the way. Or talking about Allah's the way by saying Merry Christmas at the same time. They're confused, And it's the same shit that our people have been doing over and over again.
This ain't nothing new.
There ain't nothing new.
No, nothing new under the sun, man.
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
So our people, it was written that we were going to discontinue from our heritage, man. We weren't going to start identifying as being Israelites anymore. We was going to start calling ourselves what? Negroes, blacks, African Americans, Jamaicans. These are all in the curses written in Deuteronomy, man. All right? We will discontinue from our heritage. That's clear. Because we're the only people on the face of the earth that actually recognize themselves as black. What does it mean to be black? Where's the power in being black?
What nation is that?
What nation is that, man?
Black.
Right.
That don't make no
That's
sense.
fucking ridiculous, man. You got grown men, grown so-called black men. The first thing you ask him, yo, so bro, tell me about yourself. Well, I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black and proud. Wait, look. The black is the absence of light, man.
It means death.
It means death.
Negative.
So I'm dead and proud.
I'm dead and proud.
Come on, man. A strong black woman. What is that, man? I don't want that. What the fuck is that, bro? A strong black woman.
Yeah, Lady Death.
A strong dead woman.
Bro, everyone else here, you know what they say. I am from Ishmael, I have history. My people, we go back thousands of years.
And the Ethiopians, they call themselves Kush.
Yeah, say, I'm Kush, brother. Kush, brother.
When black people talk about history, man, they go back to a ship.
Yeah. But then you, first thing we ask you, tell me about yourself. What's your history? Blacks and the pyramids were built by aliens. That's it.
Because that's the thing, man. You so-called black people, you weren't being called black until you got on those fucking ships, man. Even when you was in the land of Ham, even when you was in the land of Africa, the interior of Africa, you weren't calling yourselves black, man. You weren't even calling yourselves Africans.
Yeah.
Because that's another fucking term too. You had tribes, you had the force of Judah, force of Levi there, man. You had Hebrew roots.
Yeah, man.
You ain't calling yourself no damn black, no damn African.
Yeah, man.
That wasn't until after you came over into slavery, man.
Is it even a heritage? Like, it's not even a heritage. It's just a term attached to a landmass.
It's a continent, man.
It's a continent.
Which many different types of people have lived there. Even Esau's there right now.
An actual person who's Dutch, from fucking Holland, can actually be born in South Africa, and he's African too now. So that means that term being African is like calling yourself a Brit. I'm British. I'm it's the same thing.
Well, that's what we were saying earlier, man. This don't go back to land masses. It don't go back to locations. It goes back through the spirit, man.
Yeah.
And through the actual blood lineage, man.
Yeah. I mean, you got certain women like you brought out last week. Certain women that go to America, have their baby there, and say, "Oh yeah, he's American." What is that? Wait, is there a seed of America?
What is that, man?
Is America a seed? Come on, bro. We're dealing with biblical genealogy, biblical identity, man.
Yeah, your landmass don't determine what nation you are, man. You can't just fly to a nation and say, okay, I was born in China, so that makes me Chinese. You can't do that, man.
China didn't birth you, man.
Exactly.
Israel birthed us, and he was an actual man. Before it was a land.
Yeah.
So we call Israelites not because we was born in the land of Israel, it's because we was born by the man Israel, Israel.
Yeah.
We go back to it,
It's
man.
so stupid. Like, for example, like a guy can have two parents from Ghana, and this guy is born in China, and after you say I'm half Ghanaian and half Chinese, nah, you ain't, nigga. You can't change your heritage based upon your land because it's not established on your land. I have a precept. This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, that's spirit, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I'll cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not.
Right, in a land which thou knowest not, which is talking about America, man. We will cause to serve these so-called white people in that land.
What do you say, man?
What gospel is that?
New Testament.
Daniel, that's the book of Daniel.
Daniel's in the Old Testament. Revelation new.
Which one is new?
Just read it. If you check it up, you find out.
Precept. This is Galatians chapter 4 verse 26. It says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So it's not Africa. A lot of people want to say, yo, everyone comes from Africa, bro.
Come on, bro.
You know, obviously, no, it's not obvious, man.
Obviously,
everyone
fam.
springs from the land of Israel, man. Right? Through men.
Hey, what's done about that, man? In Africa, there's bare different people in Africa.
That's right. Yeah, all kind of languages.
Where are you from? That doesn't denote nothing. What tribe are you from? What nation do you actually belong to? Are you an Egyptian?
Yeah.
Or are you an Ethiopian? What are you?
Yeah. Which seed do you belong to?
Yeah, where do you
Like,
come
'cause
from? You don't know.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah, come.
Which seed do you belong to? Because it's like, you can't, it's all about a seed, it's all about genealogy. You can't have a half apple, half pear. Bro, look, if I plant an apple tree in China, it might have different characteristics, but it's still an apple. You can't, it ain't gonna just magically become a pear, bro. That's two different seeds.
Yeah, but on path though, bro.
Nah, man. Nah, bro. We ain't dealing with that.
Because all these different people in Africa have their own history, man. Their own lineage and their own background. They're not all the same.
Oh, and like, for example, you might have a guy who's like Ashanti or Ga or Igbo or Yoruba. How are those tribes established and separated? Through the father's line.
That's right.
So even the tribes which you say you're from in Africa is established in your father's land.
That's it.
But you just call yourself African because you were born in land.
Hey, that is a lazy, half-assed way of identifying yourself when you don't know fuck all about it.
Yeah, I'm black.
That's what it is.
I'm black.
You know?
Come on, bro.
Because you don't know nothing. That's why you just say, oh yeah, I'm just black. But it doesn't denote nothing, man.
Hey, but ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
You know?
This is Numbers 1 and 18, right? And it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So they declared their pedigree of the house of their fathers, man. So wherever your father was, that's what you would say you are.
That's the tribe.
It's my father's a Benjamin?
Yeah.
I am a Benjamin.
Well, it says what? The 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
That's right, these are all men.
These are all men.
And the scriptures also say, man, that Israel is a nation and a company of nations, man.
Company of nations.
They're all their own nation.
Yeah, every tribe's their own nation. So like, for example, right? Exodus, right, speaks about the 12 tribes of Israel being in slavery, right, in Egypt, right? Those men were both, those people were both separated by what? The seed in which they came, right? That's why the scripture says what? For the Lord hath put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Yep.
So that's, read it.
Exodus chapter 11 verse 7. It says, but against...
You know what, yeah? What does it say in verse 1?
And the Lord said to Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt, and afterwards he will let you go hence.
Alright, but so when you read Exodus chapter 1, it actually gives a story of everything that was taking place. It was saying what? And the children of Israel dwelt in Egypt, and the Pharaoh came who didn't know Joseph, and they persecuted him. Yep. But no, it said that the children of Israel got persecuted. So people who descended back to Israel, the man whose name was formerly Jacob, got persecuted. Right? So guess what? The seeds and genealogies of men were established upon their father's line, not a person's skin color or not a person's land. For example, it's possible to have a guy whose father's so-called white man, but then he's got like a mum who's really dark, right? And then when he's born, he looks brown. Like you'll think, are you sure his dad's white? Mm-hmm. But when you find out,
Ask a question without being answered.
yeah, that's cool. You can ask a question without being on camera.
So what is your message?
We're here to teach the 12 tribes of Israel that they're the people of God, and also to prophesy all of the prophecies spoken of in the scriptures, including God will free, which is spoken of in this Bible. So what we come
Where
at,
is it spoken?
Revelation 11 and 14, Isaiah chapter 9 and 6, and 2 Ezra 16 and 13. Because, so what's important to understand is that this scripture here is in code, right? So certain things that's prophesied in the scriptures, men back then would use ancient terms of that time to describe the prophecies in which they saw.
Visions, what they saw as well.
Exactly. So certain prophecies and visions actually speak about this, but certain men have the understanding from God to interpret it.
This is Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Now if you read Revelation 8, the angel of God just screamed and shouted, woe, woe, woe. Right? Woe means death and destruction. So according to the Bible, there were three major woes that have been prophesied.
Two have already happened.
And two have already happened. And the third war is coming quickly.
Coming up.
And on top of that, the scripture actually prophesies of a war whereby companies of nations will actually fight it with fire. And I'll prove you that too. Read me Isaiah 9 and 6. Sorry? Yeah, the third world war.
I'm still waiting to hear it.
It just said that the third war coming quick.
Do you want me to read it again?
Read it again.
Revelation.
And read hold Isaiah 9 and 6 and get me 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. Because I'll prove that quickly.
Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past,
Yeah.
and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Third war is that